so lost, yeah. So lost, we so lost, we so lost, so lost, we so lost, we so lost, we so lost, yeah. So lost, we 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 so lost. You see the problems that I'm going through, but you don't help me. Only thing you wanna do is hurt me. I see my partners going through the same shit, but even at their worst, they still hood rich. Nigga, who you think you lying to? Matter of fact, who you think you flying to? If you came back to the Lord, then maybe you'll see the bullshit we deal with. It ain't really us, cause all we see is struggle. All we know is hustle, that bullshit. And we came up from the mud, but one day we gon' be running shit. We struggle every day, we struggle every night, cause we ain't seeking answers to it. We so lost, we so lost, we so lost. We so lost, we so lost, we so lost. I know that we gon' wake up stronger by what's written. We suffer every day, cause we don't know it's written. The struggles that we live today, they may just be tomorrow. So I'll just live today, cause I don't know tomorrow. I'm waking up, I'm getting stronger and 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 making me hunger and hunger and hunger and hunger. I see my body building up, and my wounds started healing up. Is it enough for me to make it through tomorrow? I hope not. Fuck that. I'm living by what I say and what I do. I am who I am, and I don't really give a damn if you feel me or not. I know that I'm hot. I'm balling and I'm shaking the pot. I'm building the block. If your ass out of line, I'm swinging this shit around the block. Day and night, we gon' be alright. I see you waking up, I see you shaking off that dust that's on your bones that came along with the struggle. Nobody pissing, so we hustle, but we alright. We so lost, we so lost, we so lost, we so lost, we so lost. We so lost, we gon' wake up Monday. As a nation of people, man, it's time for us to wake up, man. Let's know who we are. Shalom.
Back row.
Come on, here. Come on, here. Check. Charlotte, can you hear me, Charlotte?
Calm. We hear you loud and clear, sir. SUPK.
Number one, you can hear me?
Come on, I hear you now, sir.
All right, Most High in Christ, the water. In the regular in the refrigerator. Check. Turn that one up for me. Do the main. Check. 1 2 check. Can you hear me, Thought one?
Come on, sir. We just fine.
Okay, most of us. Is Jonas in the building?
One con.
Most high Christ. Look,
One con, sir.
I told you gonna be the bottom. Okay. Water, everybody to what?
One con, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Good. Most high Christ. Good to hear y'all once again. All right, with that, y'all know what to do, man. Let's clap it up for the Lord, man. Get the Lord a hand, man. Yes, man. Do it. Once again, this Isupk started 1 West, 125th Street Hall, New York, operating up under Commanding Junior Hunter. Right. If you're not in the Isupk, you are not in the truth. I'm preaching officer of 5,000 Zion Yalla. I'll be holding down the class till Captain of 13,000, Captain 9,000 comes in. I'll take over the class, either Officer Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? And just like, true, ISUBK fashion, this is the home of the truth. And on Monday, we go into the scriptures and maybe answer questions or give a breakdown that brothers may have. We go over hot topics until the outer one check in and take over the class. So with that being said, being the fact that this is the home of the truth throughout the land, we've seen a lot of things that took place over the so-called New Year's and the different New Year's celebrations, right? And with that being said, those New Year's celebrations have absolutely nothing to do with us, right? So oftentimes you will hear people say, well, it's just the celebration doing a countdown throughout the year. And when we explain it to our people, they are mystified as to why we separate ourselves from things that this empire normally enjoys. So with that being said, can anybody give me a reason why we don't celebrate New Year's? Like what is it about our culture that we know is different from all the other cultures that's on the face of the earth? And what is it that you would say if a brother or sister that walks up to you right now and says, why is it that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge does not celebrate the first or the New Year's or the dropping of the ball or the peaches? What would be your answer? And then what they call it, dropping of the
Salak.
Come on.
I just did a class on it Wednesday. Like New Year's got so many different elements of paganism with it. You know what I mean? If somebody was to come and ask me, I would simply just say because it ain't the new year according to the Most High.
But okay, so you right onto it. But what if I don't know what paganism is? What is paganism? Because some of us, when you come into the truth, like you find out what the word pagan, being a pagan is, a paganism. What does it mean? But if I would ask you, what is it? How do we define paganism? What would you tell me then?
I would just simply tell them paganism is different lies that's being brought forth to represent anything that's against the Most High God.
Make it concrete, Shabayala.
Like say for example, small example, like with Christmas. You got people bringing Christmas gifts to the Christmas tree. Well, they're unknowingly worshiping that tree without any research or any knowledge of the truth or wisdom of the truth. They're worshiping a tree, singing to a tree, which makes absolutely no goddamn sense because ain't no tree gonna talk back to you. So it's idol worship, paganism. Is so much to it.
Right. So we're gonna go into idol worship, right? So somebody give me the definition of paganism. You got it. Come on.
This is the book of Salaki. Good night. This is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary of Pagan. A person who practiced a contemporary form of paganism. A person who is not religious or whose religion is not Judaism, Islam, or especially Christianity. A follower of polytheistic religion, as in ancient Rome or Greece.
Right. Polytheistic religion, right? So what does the word poly mean? Anybody know the word poly mean? A polytheistic? Come on.
Having many or more.
Many gods, right? So what you're saying is spot on, Shabayala. But we talk about the customs of America. The gods of America are whatever that they want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that they want them to be, long as it makes them feel good, right? It gives them the idea that guess what, they're special. But us knowing that we're special come with us knowing that there's only one God. You see the difference in the earth right now? So people say they're polytheistic. They believe in a lot of gods, right? What are some of the gods that people believe in the earth unknowingly? Come on, Buck, y'all.
Salaki, I don't know if I may, mammon with respect to, capitalism, solely focusing on getting money. Nothing is above the money.
Hey, Khan. So when we say in God, we're not talking about the Most High God. You understand? We're talking about what's the word we're talking about? Quadon.
Alahayim, sir.
Alahayim, right? Which is considered just a power, right? It is something that most people invest time and effort in. They consider to have what? Power, a particular power, mammon. All right. So what are the things that we invest our time in that we consider to be gods in the earth? Come on.
Women.
Our women, right? Or
them dirty behind children.
Or men, you know what I'm saying? The Greek god, they all what's the out there, it's like a saying in the gym, I want to be considered what? Like a Greek god, right? Based on the physique of a male, right? So we talk about what Shabai Allah was saying. We invest time and effort into things that go into polytheism or paganism worship. Guess what? What does New Year's have to do with paganistic worship, Bible Kashaw? It won't come out. It's suffering succotash. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
So like you said, if I may, it's the worship of the god Janus.
So think about this. Now we know this. We got to be able to teach our people who just tuning in. I'm new to Christian. I'm new to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. I heard about this Passover that everybody's that's going to be there. That's April the 1st that's going down 2023. You understand? I heard about this Passover. Right. And there's going to be some badass niggas in there, clean as hell. Some cold ass sisters looking good, smelling like a plate of yams with extra syrup. Huh? They're gonna have all of that in place, right? But what is this thing that you talking about, Janus, though? Break this thing down to me. Come on. So and you're gonna tell me what Janus is, but I also want to know what does that have to do with why can't I listen to this Janus God according to the Bible? So I'm gonna need a precept based on what you're gonna tell me. All right, go ahead.
So like if I may, we know when it comes to everybody having a New Year's resolution, they always reflecting off of what they was doing and then going back to being a new person from what they were. And that's the same exact thing when it comes to Janus, because if you see Janus, it's a two-head thing.
So Janus, so you telling me, just so we're clear on this, right? The New Year's celebration is about an idol god or a pagan god that is named Janus. And this god has two different faces. Now, what does this god that these pagans believe, what did this god do for them? Do you know?
For the people that believe in him?
Come.
So like you, sir, if I made nothing.
Right. And what does it do for Black, Hispanics, Native Indians?
Nothing, sir.
Right. It just allows us to continue down the road of destruction. Come on, Bunk, y'all.
Salakia, Janus. This god's full name is Janus Bifrons, meaning the god who looked both ways. It explains why
the god that looks both ways, meaning what?
He's reflecting on the past and then looking into the future.
2022 versus going into 2023. Right. And you know why that God is so strong to our people that don't have an understanding of the Most High is in charge of every damn thing. Right. You understand? So you trying to change something in your life, but you're really trying to do is exclude the Most High. Right. You're trying to depend on your own understanding about what it is you want to do for your future. Right. Your future involves you on how much you're going to serve the Lord. How much time that you're going to invest with serving the Most High. That's what our future is based on. Like if you invest time in all the other things that's in the earth, ain't wrong. I get it. You want to study a particular language. You want to study a particular subject. But outside of that, what should we be devoting our time to? To the service of the Most High. Paying your tithes, being obedient, being a sister, being a brother. Like building up a nation of people. Come up with ways instead of sitting around complaining all the time and think about what our people really need. And if you have those, are we able to bridge the gap so we can all use them? Okay. All right. So what you saying that the God of the two-faced God, bunker, y'all?
Come, sir.
Go ahead, finish it, bro.
It says it explains why Janus has two faces as a representation of his ability to look back into the past and forward into the future.
Now let me ask you a question. If you're out there listening, this is your first time listening, I want you to put a 1 in the chat box. If you're a Christian and you celebrated New Year's and this is your first time hearing this, that the worship a New Year's celebration represent Janus, right? Let me know if y'all ever heard. If you've heard this before, let me know, okay? But if it's your first time hearing it, put it in the chat box. All right, go ahead, Bunky, y'all.
This idea was tied to the concept of transition from one year to the next, from one vision to the next, and growth into adulthood. He was also worshipped at the beginning of harvest season, planting times, marriages, births, deaths, etc.
So you saying he was worshipped? Now, as Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, my Bible says there's only one God. So there is no worship in him. You understand? You worship the Most High. So where do we get off worshiping Janus at? Read on.
Sometimes referred to as the Dio, or God of gods. Janus presided over the creation of religion, life, and other gods. For this reason, he was regarded as the most important Roman god.
The who God?
For this reason, he was regarded as the most important Roman god.
Come on with it.
And Salaki, if I may, that's the definition of pagan, what we just read, sir. Salaki.
Shabayala was on it. You see that? You see what you learn in the Israelite school, like universal practical knowledge? See, so many of us, you get wrapped up into the hardcore or the niggas that you hate. Look, you know, that's what you look at us and like, there's no way they can have any form of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? They look like barbarians. They look like mobsters. They look like people who drive motorcycles. That got to be a motorcycle gang. It's nothing about when you look at a brother that's in the UPK. If you don't understand what righteousness look like, you'll look right past us. You understand? You see women out there, you know, man, something about them brothers over there. Them brothers look hard. But the world will have you thinking that the world wants a man that look metrosexual, if I may. You know what I'm saying? He all, you know, soft and effeminate. He looked very palatable. You understand? But women understand that. Guess what? Palatable doesn't mean this brother is going to be able to protect me. You understand? All women know that. Why do you think they always choose the bad boy? Huh? All the women like the bad boys are. I can tell you. They like the bad. Ask Bunky all about them. You know what I'm saying? The bad boys, yeah. But you want to have this level of righteousness, right? Ask about y'all a bad boy. As by us. You understand? As Commander Junior Hunter. But being a bad boy means I'm not following. Bad boys in here represents I'm going to kick all them things that has nothing to do with Most High. I'm going to fight against those things. We have to be bad against that. You understand? Like we say, we don't want a light sister. We want what type of sister? Oh, K out of war. Well, what type of sister do we want? We don't want a light sister, K out of war. What type of sister do we want, K out of war?
So, like, what's that word you use? Like, what's that word you use?
Yeah, we don't want a light sister. We want a what type of sister?
Oh, a dark sister. I would say a ghetto sister. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Salaki, so you mean,
Well, come on with it.
you mean heavy sister?
A heavy sister. But Kiara Wood said he want a dark sister. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream, man. Yeah. Get a little hand for that. You know what I'm saying? Both sides of Christ. But when we talk about heavy, we're not referring to her weight, though, at all, though. What are we referring to when we say you want a heavy sister?
Salaki, sir, a heavy sister is a sister that knows her place. She knows, you know, when she come in here to wear modest apparel. She not all like a clamorous woman, as the scripture says, where she running her mouth and this and that. She follows her husband, man. Salaki.
Come on. What else, Buck? Yeah.
Salaki, when you think of like a heavy sister, you want a sister that's anchored in this truth, that's going to hold you down, that's going to support you. Salaki.
Yeah. Come on. She not a heavy sister referring to a sister that's not like a leaf. that just blown whatever wind that comes about, whatever religion that comes about, whatever celebration that comes about, whatever new TikTok. Huh? You don't want to. You got a sister spend more time in TikTok than she do in the kitchen. Right. So go ahead and finish with that paganistic thing for me, Bunker. That was it on that with Janice.
Sir says,
but we cleared it up. We said Roman, right? All right, it said Roman. Once again, it had nothing to do with us. Well, y'all know what the Romans did to Jerusalem, correct? If we was all supposed to be running with the Romans and their gods, then we should have been able to get along with the Romans, right? The Romans came into Jerusalem and did what?
They burned it down.
God, they tore Jerusalem down. So what do we get off trying to worship their gods? What do we get off trying to worship their religion? What do we get off trying to worship their culture when they destroyed ours? Right? All right, what else you got, Bunk, yo?
Says his name was first uttered in prayers before even then Jupiter. He inaugurated the seasons of which the first of each month were considered sacred to him. The Roman temple in Rome erected Janus's honor was called Janus Geminus. Worship of Janus traditionally dates back to Romulus and even before the founding of Rome. January 7th was the day of his festival called Agonium.
So once again, these cultures have nothing to do with us. Celebrating the first has nothing to do with us. Sitting around waiting on the peach drop or the apple, the big apple to drop, has nothing to do with us. Why? Because this is all Roman culture. And in what Shabayala said earlier, it's all paganistic worship, right? It's polytheism, the multiple gods that we choose to worship as a nation of people. And we understand when we do those things, we destroy each other when we do it. Right. We destroy ourselves when they do it, because none of it has nothing to do with the Lord, all right? So give me some scriptures on it. So we now we know, just looking it up, our people, we can be very cynical, right? We be like, well, they don't necessarily say nothing against the Bible. Well, that's what we're gonna teach you tonight, dumb. Right. We're gonna go into these scriptures and we're gonna break it down so you can see that, guess what? Those things have nothing to do with us at all. Those things have to go against us serving the Lord. So let's start. What we got? We want to go to first.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3.
Hold tight. Hold on. Come on. That same thing. All right, come on,
Kodo. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Mm-hmm. Thou shalt have no other God. Hold on. Say, let me get that with you. You know, with all this technology, shouldn't they just have something you can just charge your phone in the air? You should be just hold it up and just, you sending me a Bluetooth signal, send me a electrocution signal, if I may. You understand? Electricity to this daggone phone, man. I will read that verse again.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 3.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Break that down for me.
Salaki, if I may, again, with circumspect of
Exodus 23.
20 and verse 3, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki. With circumspect of what we just, our people just celebrated, that's having another God before the Most High, which is, we know, if you don't know, in this scripture, the word God is a lowercase g. So that's going back.
Let's do this so we can get the whole context of what you just read, because this is heavy, right? Start at Exodus chapter 20, verse 1.
This book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High spake all these words, saying,
mm-hmm.
Verse 2.
Hold on now. This is the God of Israel, right? This the big G. So if you have your Bibles open right now, if you're looking, you should see a big G. Right. Yes, this is him. Right. The one you know about. That terrible power. You understand? Right. This is what he said. Read on.
Verse 2. I am the Most High, thy power,
mm-hmm.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
No, why is the Most High having to say this?
Like I said, if I may.
Come on with it, Shabayala.
Because that golden calf we was worshiping didn't bring us out of Egypt.
God, the Lord is letting you know right here and there, all the gods that we fell into and the things we began to worship, like Janus, like not Janus, but other gods. That was the golden bull, the golden calf. All these things were in Egypt. They worship the stars, the moons. You know what I'm saying? The hieroglyphs. They all on the wall in Egypt. All these dog gods. What the deities of Anut, Sharon shooting Steti, huh? Anubis, you know what I'm saying? The Sadenavians, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Haru, yeah. Geb, yeah. Imhotepin, yeah. All these things that our people consider to be great things in earth, the Lord said none of them did anything for you. All your suffering, all your tribulation that you went into the house of bondage, He's letting you know. If get the word this definition of bondage for me, Bunky, y'all. The Lord he's so cold with it, man. He definitely got a sense of humor. He don't. I'm telling you, he's slick with it, man. Come on with it. You got bondage.
I'm pulling up Merriam-Webster. That's the first one I usually like to go to. Salakia, bondage as a noun, the tenure or service of a villain.
A noun meaning what? Person, place, or thing?
Come.
All right, come on.
The tenure or service of a villain, a serf, or an enslaved person. A state of being bound, usually by compulsion, as of law or mastery, such as captivity, serfdom, servitude, or subjugation to a controlling person or force.
Right. So you hear what the Lord is saying. He's saying that guess what? None of those gods brought you out of all those terrible things Bunk y'all just read. None of those gods did anything for you. The Lord is saying, I did that. He's letting you know, like all the suffering that you'd escape out of that land that is synonymous known with bondage. I'm the God who allows you to come out of that. Come on, Bunky, y'all.
This is a very simple one according to Google. Bondage, the state of being a slave.
I brought you out of that. That was the Most High saying. I brought you out of that, right? Now read that verse.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Go ahead.
I am the Most High, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Read on.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Now he's saying, thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Right. Why would he be saying that?
Salaki, sir, if I may.
Come on, Yonazar. What you got?
Salaki said that was Kodam, but I got something.
Yeah, come on. I'm sure. Come on with it, brother. What you got?
Well, just as the brother was saying, he wants everybody in Israel to know that he is preeminent and we don't need nobody else. He's the only one for us, and we should rely on him and focus on him only.
Right. Y'all see that? That's the Lord that we serve, man. Our Lord is telling us that, wait a minute. I know y'all probably had a lot of things y'all may have, got into in the land of Egypt, but none of them brought you out of your bondage. Right. None of those gods brought you out of your suffering. None of those gods brought you out of your tribulation. I'm him. Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Right. So these are the things that they were doing. You understand? These are the things that they were doing. And like, this is the God of the moon. This is the God of water. This is the God of the sun. This is the God of the clouds. Lord said, no, none of those gods bring you out of the land of Egypt. None of those gods brought you out of. So don't try to create something to give them power over something that they did, the things that they believed in that didn't happen. You understand? Come on, Bunker, yo.
Oh, Salaki, that's so heavy, because the Most High Power is just pointing out that, we were on the bottom in Egypt. And he didn't choose us to be on the bottom. He chose us to be the ruling class, the authority on the earth. He's talking about rulership. So when we talk about true freedom goes into serving the Most High Power.
Come on.
Unlike Pharaoh.
Right.
Unlike the gods of Egypt.
Unlike what?
Most High Christ.
Unlike what, Shabayala? I'm only asking you for the one reason.
Salaga, sir, unlike paganism.
There you go. Give him a hand, man. So you get wrapped up to paganism. You get wrapped up in all these things that the Lord said he didn't want us to get involved in. Right. You get wrapped up into paganism. You're going right back into what? Bondage. Right? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
Right? So we think about Janus and New Year's service. We're all looking at the ball like, here it comes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is that how they do it? I guess that's the, the excitement. We shouldn't bow down to them. And how do we? And the word bow means to what? Really give yourself over to relinquish power, right? And that's what you do when you bow down to these gods that's in the earth. You relinquish your power. And once you relinquish your power, you're going right back into what, Quadam?
So like it's to bondage.
Bondage, right? That's not how the Lord wanted us to live our lives. We're, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge of learning what's in this Bible is real freedom. Right. And there's a price to pay when you talk about real freedom. Right. You know what I'm saying? You think some people are going to separate from you when you want real freedom. You understand? And there's some things that you have to separate from too if you want real freedom. You can't be trying to wait on the goddamn nuts to fall down when you're doing a countdown when you want real freedom. Come on with it, Ayathar.
So like it, what you're saying so heavy, because I witnessed Officer Kowal talking to this heathen when we was at camp in Charlotte, and this heathen, like, we telling him about our God, the one and only living God, and he's saying that he understands it, but his God with the little g, he still said he will not allow me to bow down. So his God that isn't even a real God, you know what I'm saying? He's saying that his God wouldn't allow him to bow down to us because it would go against everything, but we'll leave the one and only living God to bow down to the God that they serve, and that don't mean nothing.
Y'all remember the movie The Mac? It was about a pimp, right? And the Mac, he had just got out of prison, got out of jail. And y'all remember that scene where he went down on his knees like this? Shabayala, you know what I'm talking about, right? Oh God. Yeah, he was on his knees. And what was falling out of the sky while he was on his knees? Y'all remember? You never seen the Mac?
Salagi.
Hold on, Salagi. You ain't never seen the Mac? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We gotta get you to see the Mac before the Passover.
That's right.
But in the movie though, the brother, he bowed down on his knees and money began to fall from the sky.
Okay.
That became his God. And because that became his God, he turned women into whores. And he was a whoremonger. Right? Go ahead, Tabuan.
Oh no, Salagi, so I was gonna answer your question that it was mad money falling.
Oh, you knew about the money falling.
Okay.
See, Tabuan and watched it a few times. Them New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying? They slick, well, yeah. But in that movie, you see that this brother, he fall down and he began to worship the money. And his whole life became about, pimping and chasing the bag. He would mistreat the sister, you know what I'm saying, for the money. And that's what has happened. Read verse 5 again.
Come, it's the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
right,
nor serve them.
So that what he did. Even in that movie, he bowed himself down and he began to serve that money. Right. When you sit in that Christian church, you bow yourself. You actually put yourself into bondage with the mindset, and you begin to serve everything that goes against the Lord. Right. The Christianity is another form of what? Shabayala.
Paganism, sir.
Right. You're right on. You understand? And we know that in this truth, when you begin to break down Christianity, it has nothing to do with the Bible. Right. It has nothing to do with the Most High. It has nothing to do with Yahweh Shai. Right. The Christians look at the Bible as just a fable, right? Just a book of stories. And they only do it because they never sit down and read it. Because when you begin to read something, it gives you a level of consciousness, right? You begin to be, you have some type of you begin to build up a conscience about what it is you do right and what you do wrong, right? But when you serve other gods, I don't hear too many other gods say about what you can and what you can't do. It's all about them, right? Read on.
Come. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power.
Now, why would he say I'm jealous?
Salakia, sir.
Come on with it.
Well, it's not like being jealous of another man or another woman. It's that he knows that he deserves the credit for the things that he's done.
And that's why he said it in the beginning.
Come
on with it. I ain't mean to cut you off, Salakia. Go ahead.
No, basically that's it, sir. You know what you said. Like he told us from the beginning, you know, he's the one that's done these things for us. You understand? And he wants us to know that it's him that's done it. You understand? So he wants recognition because he is the Most High power, and he's deserving and worthy of that recognition.
That's a fact, Jack. You can take that to the check. You can take that check to the bank and cash it, if I may. Read on.
Come. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Right. Go ahead. Read verse 6.
Come, verse 6. And showing mercy.
Hold on. And I want to read this part right here, right? The Lord say he visited us in our iniquity, in our sins. But guess what else a good father does? Read verse 6.
And showing mercy.
And doing what?
Showing mercy.
And showing mercy. Come on.
Unto thousands of them that love me.
That do what?
That love me.
Then this is how we're going to show our love, right? Right? Go ahead.
And keep my commandments.
And keeping the commandments, right? If you celebrated the first, if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, if you're into Christianity or any other religion in the earth, what are you doing, Shabbat Yalla?
You're worshiping paganism and idols.
And if you're worshiping paganism and idols, what are we in?
Hey, shalom, Akim.
Oh, shalom. How about SUPK?
Who's the man behind the computer?
Huh?
Who's the man behind the computer?
Officer Kowal, sir.
Kowal. Yeah, you had to let him know.
Come on, sir. Slack it.
And I ain't gonna stop him.
Salaki, he did, sir. I was, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't see you on the camera, Salaki, sir.
No,
with that class over the preacher prophet of the Lord, Captain of 13,000, Captain 9,000 by Young.
Good, Akim. Where you all at? You have any questions?
Live, sir.
All right. So who went to New York yesterday? Who now coming back from New York? Shibala?
Sloggy, sir.
I said, how was New York?
New York.
Yeah. Top one, how was New York, Ak?
Salak, we up here eating New York pizza, beef pepperoni pizza.
I know that.
Right.
No. The what do you call it again? New Year's. You know what I mean? Let's get into some, you know what I mean, some stuff for the New Year's. You forget your bala.
Hey, Conor, I forgot all about it, sir. Salak.
Okay. Let's go to Exodus. Right, you all know the history on what you call it again on New Year's Day? What's the breakdown? Come on, Yanazar.
We was just going over it, sir. It's the worship of the god Janu, the most important of the Roman gods. And he's the two-faced god, looking forward and back in time. Forward and backwards. That's the two faces. And
right.
he also represents like the changing of the seasons, the winter solstice, and yeah, like that.
Okay. That's just one of them, right? Now, pertaining to the Bible. Where is this pertaining to the Bible?
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
We got can we use Isaiah?
Let me hear what you have in Isaiah. What I'm really talking about is the first time it was actually celebrated in the Bible.
Sluggy, sir.
Come on.
You're talking about in Deuteronomy when it was talking about the month of Abib.
No.
New Year's? We celebrate it? Sluggy, sir.
Huh?
You said the first time New Year's was celebrated?
Yes, like the first time it recorded in the Bible.
When they built the golden calf in Egypt.
That's it. That's it. And remember, everything you're doing right now on the earth, right? Is it new? Precept. Precept.
I got it, sir.
Give me one minute.
No, he in here. I know Warrior Wallace watching. In the bottom. That's on the other side. Right here? Down there. All down the bottom. Might scroll down. Right here? Yeah.
All right.
Adam.
It's in Ecclesiastes.
Salak. Ecclesiastes 1:9.
Read it. That sound like it.
The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
There's no new thing under the sun. All the religion that's been around right today, been back then. They just call by a different name. You understand? Mary. Was Mary called back then in the time of Rome?
Okay, sir. Diana.
Diana. In Greek times, what was she called? What about in Egypt? The Egyptian times, what was she called?
It's like it was ISIS.
Isis. And in Greek times, she was also known as what?
Athena.
No, Salakia. You're right with Greek, not Greek, with Egypt. I took them all the way back to Babylonia. Babylon.
Salak. Ramesses.
Astaroth.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Astaroth.
Yes. Right. All those so-called those woman goddess. You understand? Because they made Mary a what?
God.
A god. Who was the mother of what? Of God. You understand? So everything leading up to today, right now, in this present date and age, was back then, all the way back then. You understand? And now what you're going to read about right here is the first time
that New Year's, that whole tradition, right, took place. All right. Give me Exodus, I believe 32 and 1. Exodus 32 and 1.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, and verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron.
You the computer man.
Come on, sir.
Let Kodam read it.
Come
on. You could put the other schools up too. I want to see them.
Come on. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1.
Put me on the screen, right? Put me on the screen and let me see, you know what I mean? Let me see the other schools to the side. But you continue reading, Kodam. He gonna figure it out. Don't worry.
Come on, sir. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron.
All right. So you all remember this, right? This is when what? This is when we came out of what? Egypt. And we were what? In the wilderness, right? We were in the wilderness, right? And what you're reading about here now is Moses doing what? Read it one more time.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount.
Right. So Moses went up where? To the mountain.
Come on.
What?
So like you, sir, if I may, he was talking to the Most High.
Yes. He went to speak to the Lord. He went to get his orders. You understand?
Salaka, sir.
Come on.
That's when Moses came into the truth.
No, Moses came into the truth when the Lord tell him to go get his people, basically.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? The Lord told Moses, go get his people. That's when the Lord, you know what I mean, basically started training him and started, you know what I mean, teach him, basically. You understand? But this here is him getting the knowledge on how to deal with these people. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord telling him, he went up there to get his orders. You understand? And when Moses was up there, what did he receive from the Lord? You remember?
So like you, sir, he received those 2 tablets.
Yes.
The law.
The 2 tablet, which who wrote it? That's it right there, Cole. Perfect. Who wrote it?
The finger of the Lord, sir.
So, yeah, so the Lord wrote it, right? Which lets the people know what?
That they were his commandments.
Yeah, but just okay. It's something else, something major that they're telling you. And you know what I mean? And just think black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians and the whole. What that will tell them. Come on, young man. What it will tell them. When they saw Moses with these tablets written in the Lord's hand, what would that tell them?
It's lucky, sir. I think that will tell them that God was their God and Moses bringing the message from God to them because they just came out of Egypt at that point.
Okay, but remember, they knew they had a God because at that point, Moses had already did what?
Deliver them and guess show all the miracles.
Right, so they already knew they had a God. Right, because the Red Sea was what? Parted. Right?
Right.
But what is that telling blacks and Hispanic people about Moses?
So like you, sir, if I may.
Come on.
He was the leader of Israel.
Yes, he's the one you have to follow. The Lord talking with who? With him. The Lord is dealing with him. He's the man you have to follow. Right? Go on.
Come. The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, up, make us gods, which shall go before us, For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him.
Not as what is that? What are they saying?
So like, if I may, sir,
Uh-huh.
they're basically telling Aaron to, make them a god, because it's like they don't even know where Moses is at, like where his whereabouts is.
Okay. Now give me a little more. You on it? You on it? Walk me into it. Why they wanted to do that? Why? What led them to do that?
So like I don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because, like, just thinking about how we are as a nation of people today, we have to see something, like we have to physically be able to see it in order to believe that it's real.
No. Okay, understand this. Remember, Moses went somewhere, right? Moses carried them. Moses led them out of Egypt, right? It's like this. Think like this, right? I'll come into your tower and think like this.
Okay.
I take you into the forest, right? I'll put you in the dead smack center of the forest and tell you, yo, wait right here for me. And I went for 2 days, 3 days, 4 months. What's going to happen?
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, if you leave me in the middle of the forest,
Mm-hmm.
I might try to retrace my steps and go right back where I came from, like where you just left me.
Why?
Where you took me from.
Why?
Because I'm uncomfortable as I don't know what. I'm not used to this forest.
You on it, but give me the word. I need that word.
If you need, okay, Salaki, sir, is it because I'm a slave?
No. Mm-mm.
Salaki, sir.
Okay.
Come on.
They was in fear.
That's it.
Okay.
Fear will make you go back where you're comfortable. You understand?
Right.
That's why, you know what I mean, to make decision when you're afraid is so detrimental to your life. You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean, you can't really explain it, basically. You understand? Like they were scared. They didn't know what the hell to do.
Right.
Moses left them. What are we gonna do? In Egypt, we had food. You understand? And in Egypt, you know what I mean, life wasn't this hard.
Right.
You understand? You think Jay-Z willing to go poor for this nation?
Sure.
You think Oprah willing to go poor for this nation? No. It's a fear of them becoming poor. Makes them make certain decisions that it's going to, you know what I mean? To you, it's like, why would you do that? Why would you give your integrity up? For money, for fear of living like a regular Negro in America. You understand? Right? Read on.
Comic-Con, verse 2.
And now while they're doing that, right? What's his name? Kowal.
Comic-Con.
You know how to handle the computer good?
Comic-Con.
If not, just let me know. I want some pictures. You start looking them up.
Comic-Con, sir.
Statue of Liberty, right? The bull with the sun in it, with the sun right in the middle of the horn. The other one. Sergio Borgia with the ringer and the sun around him, right?
Comic-Con.
Okay. All right. Go on.
Comic-Con is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters.
All right, that's just a sidetrack, right? This is where you come to with stupid Christians trying to tell you what? That a man can't have earrings. Right? This is a sidetrack. Right? There's a precept for that. Right? So Aaron, what is Aaron doing?
So, like I said, he's giving everyone the order to take off their gold earrings out of the from the wives and the sons and the daughters.
Yes. All right. And Moses left Aaron in charge. You understand? But Aaron feared what?
So, like I said, Aaron feared the people.
Yes. That day he didn't fear God. He feared the people. And when you fear people, you start making what? What you start doing?
So, like you said, you start compromising.
Yes, you start compromising. You start thinking about self-preservation. You start thinking about yourself. What will happen if I do this? You don't ask yourself, what will happen if I do this to the nation? You ask yourself, what will happen to yourself if I do this? You understand? All right? Read on.
Come on, sir. Says, and bring them unto me. Verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears and brought them unto Aaron.
Right.
Verse
right?
4.
And this is something you're going to have to understand also too when it comes to, you know what I mean, to people. And why, you know what I mean, your so-called oppressor has a system where they have the people thinking that they deciding who going to be the next prime minister, president. But they're not. Because people are just going to do things off of what? Fear.
Right.
You understand? Make decisions, you know what I mean, poor decisions. Like we've been what? We've been voting for the past, what, 50 plus years? And it's what? We in the same what? We in the same situation we're in right now. Ain't nothing changed, but things got what? Worse. You understand? Hey, tab on. That video I sent it to Kowal.
Come on, already did, sir.
Okay, Tawana.
Come on.
Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 4. And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with a graven tool.
Right.
After he had made it a molten calf, and they said,
so put the ball up on the screen for me if you could, Kowal.
Come on, sir.
Right.
These be
go ahead.
Come on. These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Now understand what he's saying there. What is he saying?
So, like you said, if I may,
that's it right there.
He's giving the credit to the molten calf instead of the credit to the Most High.
Yeah, but okay, like Christmas, right? What do people say about Christmas?
So, like I said, that is Jesus' birthday,
right? And it's what? It's about what? It's about the Lord, about Christ, it's about everything, right?
Come on, sir.
Right? Do they say, well, we're celebrating a pagan day today?
No, sir.
Ever say that, right?
No, sir.
But they say what? We're celebrating this because of what?
So, like I said, because of Jesus' birthday?
Yes, but we're celebrating it on, you know, I mean, overall. We're celebrating these days because of who?
So Lockie, would it be for the kids?
Not okay. You all thinking like that because you all in the truth. Put your Christian hats on. What do Christians say they're celebrating all these things for?
Slug. For family.
So, like I said,
come on.
I mean, they saying they celebrating it to worship Christ.
Yeah, it's for God.
Yeah.
God, because they believe God is what? is who? Christ.
Jesus. Okay.
And Jesus is God.
Okay.
You understand? They're saying they're doing all this celebration before what? For God. God gave us this days, we won't give him thanks. Thanksgiving, they say they're giving thanks to who? To God.
Okay.
You understand? That whole New Year's, people, how many of you know, brothers and sisters, who never go to church for the whole entire year?
Okay.
But that night, you know what I mean? New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, they're in church. You understand? Why? For God. I'm not talking about New Year's Eve. They a ton of resolution. What do you call it? Resolution was made. You understand? And all of that is because of what? Because of God. All right. And this is what this calf here, we built what? What's his name? Aaron built a what? A golden one for them. And now tell me why he made this. I mean, reason why he made it.
It's like it, sir, because the people asked for it.
Yeah, but why did people ask for it? What was their intentions?
So like I said,
Mm-hmm.
was their intentions to use it
Mm-hmm.
to basically carry favor with the Egyptians, to show them they was down with them.
That's it. Why do you cut your hair?
So you can
Why do you shave your face?
Come.
Why do you shave your head bald? To show that you're down with what? With America. Right? That's why they made that golden calf. That was their intention. You understand? And this was what? This was, you all remember the breakdown with the with the 10 plagues? This creature here represented what to Egypt? What's the name of this creature? We call it a bull.
Slocking.
Uh-huh.
Was it Marduk?
No. That might be one of the names, I believe, but the name that it was called in Egypt is what?
So like, was it Balaam?
Mm-mm.
Slocking.
Uh-huh.
Molech.
No. I remember Molech is more so for Ammonites and Moab. It starts with an A.
Salaki Adawan.
Uh-huh.
Apis.
Apis. Yes, Apis. And I think what you're trying to say is Midras or Mizras. All right. And that Apis was you know what I mean, was the Egyptian god. Like look it up and see what it says about Apis.
Salaki Adawan, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Apis, according to Britannica.com,
Mm-hmm.
Egyptian god.
Mm-hmm.
Hep, or Happy in ancient Egyptian religion, sacred bull deity worshipped at Memphis. The cult of Apis originated at least as early.
Right. And Memphis was the what? Back in that time.
Capital of Egypt.
Capital of Egypt, correct. Mm-hmm.
Salaki, it says, like other bull deities, Apis was probably at first a fertility god concerned with the propagation of grain and herds, but he became associated with Ptah, the paramount deity of the Memphite area, and also with Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
And
mm-hmm.
Horus, gods of the dead and of the underworld.
Right. Right. So you understand that ball. Where do you see that ball on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve? Tabawan, where's that ball?
So lucky, sir. That same ball is the ball that drops in Times Square in New York City.
Yes. Times Square, New York.
Salaki, if I may, out of one.
Come on.
We talking about New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thaba one, okay. All right, most time Christ, sir.
Yeah. You understand? New York, where that ball drops, right? And that ball represents what? What's that ball? That disc.
Slocky, sir, it's the sun.
It's the sun. Now give me a picture of Serge Bourget. And forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly, but you know the devil I'm talking about.
Oh, Salakia, out of one. Salakia. There was one more sentence in that paragraph about Apis.
Come on.
It says, as Apis Atum, he was associated with the solar cult and was often represented with the sun disk between his horns. Salakia.
You understand? Yeah, that's very important to Tawada. You know what I mean? Can't leave that out. Because what's behind the Serge Bourget on the right here is that what? That sun again that you're seeing. You understand? Right? Give me the Statue of Liberty.
Come on, sir.
Go ahead. All right, give me the Statue of Liberty. All right, while you're doing that, Kodam, you could get back to reading. Skip me down to verse 17.
Come on. Book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 17. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise.
Hold on, Kodam. See it here again? That those rays, and then that torch, which represent what? The flame. You understand? Like they have these things up all over, you mean, in your face. And you're thinking this is just a statue. This is just nice art. No, it ain't just art. You know what I mean? It's a God that they're worshiping. And what God is that? That's the sun God. That is called by different names. You understand? And there's different symbol to symbolize it. Right? Come on, read on, Kodam.
Come. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp.
There's a what?
A noise of war in the camp.
Right. So now you ever hear people saying Merry Christmas, Merry this, Merry that? Where does that Merry come from? You can look it up. All right. And then what's his name? Shibaala. Look up the different foods that they associate with New Year's.
So, like you sir, are you saying the actual word Mary? Where does it come from?
Yeah,
it's I got it.
Or the definition I should ask for. And what the old definition.
So, like you said, with the etymology,
try man, see. Let me see what it says.
Kind of says Middle English or from Old English merge, meaning pleasing, agreeable, pleasant.
No, that's not it. Give me some more.
Sluggy, sir. You mean gay?
No. No.
So, like I said, this is the Merriam-Webster for Mary. It says full of gaiety or high spirits. Marked by festivity or gaiety.
No, that's not it.
It's like it means drunk.
That's it. That's it.
Drunk.
Christmas was a time when they would just get what? Drunk. You understand? Out their mind. You understand? Like you remember your oppressor, he just need an excuse to do what? Get drunk and do what? Act wild.
Right.
You understand? Right? That's where Mary comes from. You understand? That the definition, the true definition of Mary is drunk. You understand? You understand? Having that riotous spirit. Right?
It's like if you me out of one.
Uh-huh.
You talk now that's heavy that you say that. Just being the fact that we grow up thinking drinking your eggnog and being able, it's like that is the spirit of Christmas, really, to be able to get a nice bottle, get some nice moonshine in your cup and sit in front of the campfire and lie to each other all damn night about, loving each other.
Okay, that would have been fine, but back then they wasn't doing that. Good night. Yes. They wasn't doing that back then. Back then, they were breaking into homes, destroying property. You understand?
Come.
And the city had to come to get, had to come to some means with them not to do it. Because your oppressor, he always look for excuse. That's the same thing with what day is that is? That October 31st. Halloween. Right. Remember, Halloween started off by them doing what? By called what? Was the name given to Halloween back then?
San Wayne, sir.
And another name for it.
Halloween.
It starts with an M. You ever hear about Mischief Night?
Right.
You understand? Yes. All right. It's ridiculous. That's where Mary come from. You understand? That whole spirit. Now think about the spirit that they have. You know what I mean? Around this time, they get drunk, get high, right? Read where you're at, Kodam.
Come, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "It is not the voice of them that shout for mastery."
Right. When he say not the voice of them that shout for mastery, what does that mean?
Sluggish, sir. Like training sounds, like fighting, Yakarab or something like that.
Right. You on the range, you know what I mean? You doing what? You're shooting some targets. You training. But this, what you hear, what Joshua was saying was what? This ain't the song of what? Mastery. Read on.
Come, sir. Neither is it the voice of them that cry for being overcome.
Right, meaning what?
So, like I said, they needing help. Like they screaming for assistance, if I may.
Meaning they're getting the ass whoop.
Yes, sir. Come.
You understand? They're getting whoop and they're crying out. Ah! Right? He's saying that ain't that. Read on.
Come, sir. But the noise of them that sing do I hear.
For all what? Acquaintance. How it does go, Zion? All acquaintance be right. No. I'm messing with him. Okay. Oh. Oh I'm bringing back memories, right? Oh man, you understand? No, put that picture back up. That picture is perfect because that really you know what I mean, like give you what was going on back then. You understand that whole that right there. You hear that coming down the mountain, you're gonna be saying the same thing too. Hold on, that ain't the song of mastery. That ain't the song of somebody being overcome. But is what? Read it, Kodam.
Come, sir. It says, but the noise of them that sing do I hear.
Of them that sing do I hear. That's the spirit. That happened all the way back then with Moses, and it's happening today. You understand? Happening today, here today. That happened what, 2 nights ago? Oh, yesterday? Read on.
Verse 19. And it came to pass as soon as he came nigh unto the camp that he saw the calf.
Hold on, Hold on, give me 1 minute. Go ahead.
Come. And the dancing, and Moses' anger waxed hot.
And Moses' anger waxed what?
Hot.
Waxed hot. Because remember, Joshua went halfway up the mountain, and then Moses went the rest. Right? And left what? They left Aaron in charge down the hill. And he is making a golden calf, and people are carrying on like this.
Salaki too, if I may, sir.
Come on.
There's a song that they sing on New Year's Day too when the ball dropping. I can't. What's the name of that song again, Bunky? All lane. All lane sing.
Oh man, I don't know that, but that's the, you know what I mean, that's what's going on there. That's what's going on. You know what I mean, what you're reading about here right now. You understand? That same spirit and the same God they're worshiping. That ball dropping is that same ball as on that bull, right? Look up Mizras, right? And that this is represent the bull running wrong that sun. Right? Any more on that Kodam?
Come. It says, and he cast the tables out of his hands and break them beneath the mount.
Right, and that's because Moses was, you know what I mean, he just what Moses just finished doing.
So like sir,
you're familiar with this story.
Like sir, he had just got those 2 tablets, to give Israel the law, statutes, and commandments.
Now give me a little more. Why Moses came down?
He came down from speaking with the Most High, sir.
Yeah, why?
Lucky, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because he heard all the noise and he knew that something wasn't right down there.
No, remember, you heard it when he came halfway down the mountain. If you're not familiar with the story, right? Just when you get a chance, go back and read it, right? The Lord, Moses had to plead with the Lord not to kill the people.
Oh, so like you, sir, if I may, verse 7 it says, and the Most High said unto Moses, go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves.
You understand? He up there pleading with the Lord about the plea of the Lord because the Lord was fitting to do what? Kill all of them and start what? A tribe in Moses' name. You understand? Right? Read on.
Verse 20. And he took the calf which they had made and burnt it in the fire.
And burnt it in the fire. You understand? Like Moses was up there with the Lord at. The Lord, you know what I mean, dropping it on with Moses. You understand? Telling them and wrote these tablets to show the people, yo, the Lord is with us. The Lord speaking to me. Listen to what I have to tell you because it's coming from where? The Lord. I just brought this. This is, you know what I mean? This is how to put it, evidence. You wanted evidence? Here it is. Look at right here. I didn't write this. The Lord write this with his finger. You understand? But the people, they were afraid. When you have a people that's scared, they're going to make decisions that's going to be for self-preservation. They're going to make decisions for the easy way out. You understand? You want to know why the brother or sister who was sitting next to you 2 days ago, why they're not here? Because of fear. You understand? All right? Because of fear. All right? Read on.
And ground it to powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it.
That's how angry he was. Y'all want to go back to Egypt so bad? Well, drink Egypt, nigga. Drink it. You understand? You want to love America so much, Jay-Z. Well, go ahead. Buy a Rolls Royce. Enjoy it. Drink it. Drink everything. Go to Psalms 81. All right.
Salaka, sir.
Come on.
I also have those foods that represent New Year's.
Yeah, go ahead. The ones that we aunts and we grandma and all of them, pushed on us growing up. Some form of what? Some form of luck.
The black eyed peas represented coins or pennies.
Right.
The greens represented money.
Uh-huh.
The gold, the cornbread represented gold.
No, where did all of these things come from? But all with black eyed peas, these, what's the next one?
Black eyed peas, greens, cornbread, pork.
Yep. Where all these things come from? Wait, what does it sound like?
Salaki, sir, it sounds like a celebration, like Christmas, and what we do as a people.
Okay, you're right, but where does it come from?
So like, if I may, I would say superstition and fear, sir.
Yeah, but where does it actually come from?
Worship of other gods.
Okay, who eats that type of food?
Heathens.
Slavic slaves.
Slaves. Which it came from slavery. And that's what your master gave you on those days in a trough. And you just took it on and carried on. You understand? Black-eyed beans, what it is? And
black-eyed peas representing coins or pennies.
Right. Now they start to switch it over to what it represents today. But that's what your master gave you. You understand?
Salagi, sir.
Come on.
Salagi. Been eating that meal for over 400 years and don't have nothing to show for it.
You understand? All the luck they say it brings. Where's the luck? You understand? It's like Barack Obama telling us what hope and change. Yeah. That's it right there. Been eating that for years, brother.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
And it's heavy because my aunts, all my aunts used to cook this around the holidays and especially New Year's, and all of them died. One died from AIDS and the other one died from crack cocaine.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. So where was the lock there? Where was the New Year's resolution to not smoke crack no more? You understand? No resolution. Them things don't work, Akim. It does not. And because we celebrate these days, like what you call it again? December 25th, which has to do with Saturnalia. You understand? This 31st, which has to deal with what it is, Janus. You understand?
Slugger, sir.
Come on.
Slugger, sir. If I could, sir, what you're saying is so heavy because like you said, like it's such a slavery thing. These meals and the scraps that they would give us, and we turn it into something to celebrate. Something every black man knows about how during the holidays they get all the extra ham and the collard greens and all of that, cornbread, all of that. And then the superstitious part of the collard greens is money, and the cornbread is gold, and the black eyed peas is coins. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's so Christian. That's something only a black person would think of. Like, yeah, if I eat more collard greens, I'm gonna get more money.
Right.
Oppressors don't think like that. They don't think, yeah, the collard greens is just food. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't play that game. So like,
that's a very good point. So will a wealthy man eat that meal? I thought black eyed peas supposed to make me wealthy then.
Right.
That should be on a dinner plate every night if that's gonna make me rich. All right?
So like I said,
come on.
If I could, it's on a black man's plate every night, and the only luck he gets is hypertension and high blood pressure, and you know what I'm saying, and gout and all of that. You know what I'm saying, and end up in the hospital like Big Mama. So
that's right, brother. That's right. I mean, or you could end up on the news. Where's the you had the news clip there?
Come, sir.
Right. I don't know if you'll get jammed up for playing it. All right.
You just it's news, so it's fair use.
Okay. All right. And this is what happens when you want to be Mary and you want to follow what the Lord say not to do. This could be you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right, go ahead and play it. You can play the first one. Okay, skim through it.
You're here.
Mm-hmm.
Jake can stay fine.
Slocky.
Go ahead.
We come on the air tonight with breaking news at 7:30. KDKA has confirmed that the Brackenridge police chief, Justin McIntyre, has been shot and killed, and another officer is injured. Police identified the suspect tonight as
I think you fast forwarded. Let's hit the back button.
And we begin here at 6 o'clock with that breaking news. Multiple people shot during a drive-by in Durham. That suspect.
Go ahead. You do your thing.
Remains at large tonight. And with that, we say good evening. I'm Josh Chapin. We are working to figure out more about what happened to victims in this case. This shooting happened.
You think you're going just down the street to get a Subway sandwich, right? And you will end up in the hospital in critical condition. You understand? Like the Lord don't want us celebrating these days. And if we only listen to what the Lord have to say, we won't end up in these situations. You understand? Right? Play a little bit more again.
Happening around 2 o'clock this afternoon on North Miami Boulevard. This is in the Village Shopping Plaza. Authorities are now asking for your help in identifying the suspect. or suspects. These are some photos we just got in from DPD. The picture.
We're in here to uncover.
That's right, Josh, and they're hoping is not a trend through the rest of the year. They tell me they are fed up with it, and rightfully so. Such a violent start.
So they say
to
what?
the year.
The normal thing they normally say is what? They what? Pause it. They what? You hear what she said?
It's like he said, such a violent start to the new year.
Violence starts in the year, but she said something there that, you know what I mean, black people always, you know what I mean. Say that one time.
They were fed up and tired, police?
Yeah, they're fed up and tired. But they don't want to make the change. We don't want to make the change that needs to be made. Do you understand? And that change that needs to be made is what? We're going to have to stop celebrating these so-called holidays.
That's right.
That our oppressor gives us.
Oh,
if you're fed up and tired of all the shooting and the killing and the murdering, we're going to have to turn and do what the Lord said to do. You're going to have to do it. The news is not going to give you the solution to your issues, to your problems. That's not what the news do. You understand? The news depict us as what? Criminals, as people that have no morals. You understand? People that have no integrity. You understand? You think white boys are doing this? Or Caucasian males ain't doing this? Your oppressor ain't doing this? But he's not depicted like this. You understand? Right? And I'm not saying to fight for him to be depicted. Let's fight so that we don't have to be depicted like this.
That's right.
Right. Now the only news they could go have is on their people.
Con.
You understand?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could, just real quick, sir. What you're saying is so heavy, and it's real, it's wild, it's like surreal seeing this. Because Yanazar called me, telling me, like, yo, like, because we was over there like maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, Yanazar. It was like it's like summertime. We went over there and we was passing out flyers. I mean, we went in front of this exact subway in that exact spot, and there was a bunch of young brothers out there. We gave them flyers. Officer Iraq did an excellent job. He talked to them, said, yo, we got a school up here. Like, yo, we got to change how we living. Like, it was vivid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to change things, man. We killing each other, And them brothers, you know, I'm not saying they was out there or whatever, but they shook their heads, said, yeah, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. And we went on our merry way. And now I seen the other clip, it's probably in this too. If Kawal got it, I think it's in this this clip. They show brothers inside that subway when the guns go off. They jumping and ducking. One cat is on the ground checking out his leg, making sure he didn't get hit. Like, it's crazy because the solution, like you're saying, Cap, is like, there's only one place that has that solution. That's the ISUPK. But we got to be willing to do the work. Salaki.
That's it. Or you got to duck and feel your leg to see if you ain't bleeding. You understand? You got to check your vitals.
Con, sir.
You're going to have to do that if you're not in here. You understand? Yeah, I think we're good on this for now. Any more? You can play a little bit more.
And one child. That child and one of the adults have injuries that are considered life-threatening.
Killing children.
All victims, though, are stable at this time, but people in this community are.
The child committed so much abortion. The child made it through his mom not committing the abortion to be fighting for his life.
Good night.
You understand?
Con.
Go ahead, play on.
You know what I mean? Even the people that aren't scared to walk around here and are like, you know, the top of the food chain, and that's why there's a lot of violence like that. Because when you're scared to walk down the street, what are you going to do? First thing you're going to do is get a gun to protect yourself because everybody else has got guns.
They say the way you start the year, the way you end the year, so we might be headed for a bad cycle. Some people in this community need to come together and figure out what we need to do to bring an end to this.
Well, brother, Iraq and the brothers try to tell you all, try to warn you all. You understand? They try to warn you all about this. This exact same thing they try to warn you all about, and it still happened. You understand? The Lord don't play. He don't, you know what I mean? He don't play around. He don't play.
So, like, if I may, I don't want.
Come on.
What the brother just said, even in the video, is a another way of us worshiping Janus, even in what he said. He was like, in it, how we start the year is how we gonna finish the year. And being the that Janus is like the two-faced God, the beginning and the end. His mindset is still focused on what the oppressor wanted us to think in the first place. But we serve the Lord, we can change, you know what I'm saying, at a drop of a dime if we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. It ain't how you finish and how you end, it's how we be obedient, sir. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's and be all of it, brother. You understand? Like the Lord, he don't play. He wants you obeying him, or you're gonna have to suffer a drive-by. You know what I mean? You choose which one. Come on.
And in this season, we also had another young lady died, Gangsta Boo from 3-6 Mafia. She died of supposedly fentanyl.
Yeah, that fentanyl. Yeah. Yep. That's it. You understand? Okay. Now give me go to Psalms.
So like sir, you said Psalms 81, sir.
Yeah.
Come on, the book of Psalms 81, verse 1.
No, 10. Skip me down to 10.
Come verse 10. I am the most high thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it.
Right? So he's saying, you know what? What's the Lord saying here? I think you are seeing two cameras for you all, Fayetteville. But go ahead. What is he saying here? Kiarawa?
Salaki, if I could take a stab at it, I would say if you, what the Lord is saying is, listen to me and I got you.
Basically, that's it. You understand? He said, I took you out of what? I took you out of Egypt. Right? I took you out of Egypt. Open your mouth. Is he saying to literally open your mouth wide and he'll fill you? No. It's metaphor. You understand? He's telling you to do what? Listen, obey Moses, basically. You understand? Don't want to go down to Egypt, right? Read on.
Come, verse 11. But my people would not hearken to my voice.
My people
what? Would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me.
Right? And he's saying they won't listen to what he's saying. They want to listen to what he was saying. Moses said, yo, you all chill right here. I'm going up this way. I'm going to talk to the Lord and I'm coming right back. Fear got on them. And it's like, well, this Moses bring us out here to what? To die. Let's go back to Egypt. That was a brilliant idea, right? That's the most brilliant idea I could come up with. Let's go back to Egypt. Read on.
Come, verse 12. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust.
And he gave them up to what?
Unto their own heart's lust.
You understand? Meaning what? What's he saying here? You understand? What is he saying here?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hearing you.
Con, sir. He's saying that he left Israel to their own device. Like he let them fall flat on their face on the things that they were doing. He let them get the repercussions of their deeds.
Yeah. And when they say, okay, when they say the Lord let them, what that mean? What you saying?
Well,
so does the Lord let someone be gay?
Well, he let them have their choice of behavior, like he allowed.
Just then what you're saying is he allowed a man to be gay.
Salaki.
Come on.
He's saying a hard head make a soft ass?
Somewhat. You're on it. Remember when you're reading James, what does James tell you about lust?
Sluggy, sir. He said, the Most High don't tempt you. You're drawn away by your own lust.
That's it. You understand? So read that part over one more time for me, Kodam.
Khan is the book of Psalms chapter 81, verse 12. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels.
Right. Meaning what? That the Lord, right? The Lord did what?
So like I said, if I may, since Israel wouldn't hearken unto the Most High, you know, and they already had the lust of following out the other guys, he was just like, you know, and he just went ahead and let them, like, instead of, you know, protecting or putting a shitter on them.
Yeah. Well, how could he have stopped them?
So, like I said, was it when if he those tablets would have been delivered to the children of Israel by Moses?
You own it, but it would have been, he would have to send what? Moses down what? Before, quicker. He what? He let them what? He let them be. It's almost like you know what it's like? It's like it's like somebody tell you, just think being a mechanic, right? You want to learn to fix cars, and somebody say, yo, I'm a teacher how to fix cars. Right? But he doesn't give you a date, he can give you a time. But you decide to do what?
So like you go ahead and take the motor out.
Yeah. You decide to go do it. You understand? You impatient. You like, well, he ain't coming back. To hell with that. I'm going to take this and that out. You're going to mess everything up. Just wait. Have some patience. Right? But these people were what? They were lust-filled. Just like those people what? In Times Square. They are what? Lust-filled. And because of their lust, they're there to see a ball drop. You understand? Right? Read on.
Come. Verse 13. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways. Verse 14. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries.
What is he saying?
So, like he said, he's saying, like the scripture says, when our ways please the Most High, He'll cause our enemies to be at peace with thee. So, if we would have listened to Him and walked in His ways, then, you know, He would have did all the fighting for us when it came to our enemies, sir.
He would have what? He would have did all the fighting. If you listened to Him, there would have been no drive-by shooting at that subway. None whatsoever. You understand? If we had what? Listen to Him. You understand? Right? Meaning what? If you had listened to who? The prophets of the Lord in the SUPK. That's right. You understand? Right. Read on.
Verse 15. The haters of the Most High should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever.
Say that one more time.
Verse 15. The haters of the Most High should have submitted themselves unto him.
The who?
The haters of the Most High should have submitted themselves unto him.
Who are the haters of the Most High? I thought hate wasn't in the Bible.
So, like, sir, for me, the haters of the Most High is us as a people when we celebrate false gods, and the ones that hate, the precepts of the Lord.
Yes, the ones that want to celebrate New Year's, who wants to celebrate Christmas, they're haters of the Lord. And what does the Lord want them to do? What does the Lord want these haters to do?
Submit themselves unto him, sir.
Yes. Yes. So that what?
Like it says, so he can subdue our enemies.
Yeah. But remember, if you don't submit yourself, if you are hating and you don't submit yourself unto the Lord, what could happen to you?
Salaki.
Uh-huh.
You could die from a fentanyl overdose.
Yes. You could die from a drive-by shooting. You understand? You could die just walking on the street, thinking, well, you know what? Today is just, a day that I'm going, we're going, we're going just go get some lunch. Later on, put on some clothes, we're going to go and do a thing. Go to this party that they're throwing, or this club. We go to church. You understand? And the Lord is going to do what? He's going to kill you. Read verse 15 again.
It's the book of Psalms chapter 81, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
The haters of the Most High should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever.
But their time should what?
Have endured forever.
Meaning what? Meaning if they submit themselves, their time will what?
Endure forever.
Meaning the time will be what? Forever. You understand? Read on.
Verse 16. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat.
He would what?
He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat.
So just think about it this way. You obey the Lord. Then guess what? You don't have to die of a fentanyl overdose. You don't have to die by a drive-by shooting. You don't have to die from AIDS. You don't have to die from these things. You understand? You could live forever. What do I mean you can live forever? What do I mean when I say that?
So Salak.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning the generations after won't be subjected to all the madness that we suffer today.
Mm-mm. Simpler than that. If I say you could care, well, you could live forever. I ain't talking about the generation.
Silaki, sir.
Come on.
I mean, you could live for ripe old age.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. You understand? You could live to a ripe old age with your great grandchildren, with your grandchildren, with your children around you. And you take that last breath and know that they're well off. They have all the wealth they need, everything they need. You understand? And you go. That's why when you read the Bible, how does it describe that?
So, like it. So, what it say? Just giving up the ghost.
Yeah, but it's a better way to describe it. More so, you'll see it in the Old Testament.
Like sleep.
Yeah. Say sleep with your forefathers or sleep with your fathers. You understand? Like you just resting. Because they know what? You're going to be back again. Right? Read on.
Come. It says, and with honey out of the rock should I have satisfied thee.
So what is the Lord saying? What is the Lord saying in a nutshell?
So like I said, if I may, like if we was to be obedient to the Most High, we would want nothing.
That's it. Like if you come out there, he bring you out of Egypt, he make you walk on what? On the seabed of the Red Sea. He had to walk on the seabed of the Red Sea ark. Water on one side, water on the other. And close it up on your oppressors, on the Egyptians. And you telling me he couldn't take care of you? Whatever you needed, he would not give you? He would have given you it. Right. That's what he's trying to tell you. He's telling you he would have given you it. If you had just did what?
So like I said, be obedient.
That's it. Just be obedient. I would have given it to you. That's what he's telling us right now. But you think we've been learning, we've been trying to learn through this Bible. Just to do what? Obey the Lord. That's why you read about when we didn't obey the Lord, what happened to us?
So like, sir, we go into bondage.
Yeah, we went into captivity. We got killed by our enemies. You understand? He separated us as a tribe, separated Israel and Judah. Israel being the 9.5, Judah being Benjamite, part of Levi and Benjamin. And now Christ came to do what? Try to show you how to come back together again. That's why he sent Christ, so that you could see an example and live that example. Go ask a Christian, did Christ celebrate his birthday? What are they going to tell you? What did Christian want to say?
So like they're gonna tell you about the 3 wise men.
Yeah. You're right. They're going to tell you about 3 wise men, but did Christ celebrate his birthday? No, he did not. Did Christ celebrate New Year's Day? There's no record of it. Now, Christian, why are you celebrating New Year's Day?
Right.
And then claiming it's of the Lord. Why are you doing it? Why are they doing it? Why are any Christians doing it? You all said it earlier on. You all read it earlier on.
So like y'all don't want out of fear?
Fear and what? I think Tabo one said it earlier. Fear. And what do we want to show?
So like you said, we want to fit in with the other nations?
Yeah, well, not with the other nations, but one nation.
Period. Oh, with the oppressor?
Yes.
Okay.
So guess what? The oppressor tell you, you're going to have to cut their hair to come into work tomorrow. So guess what you do? You cut it.
Okay.
The oppressor tell you, you can't wear that type of hairstyle to work. So guess what you do? You cut it. Fear, and with fear, you make the decisions to try and do what? Compromise to do what? To fit in. You understand? That's why you're a Christian. You're not a Christian because you want to be a Christian. You're a Christian because you were forced into being a Christian and you fear not being a Christian. You understand? Celebrate all these holidays because you want to fit in with America.
Right.
You understand? That's why when you tell your folks and them, oh, I don't celebrate Christmas no more. You don't do what? Why? They look at you like you crazy. You tell them you ain't celebrating New Year's no more. They look at you like you are crazy. And then when they try to break down, you give them the breakdown on it. Do they understand English? They do understand English.
Right.
But go to the root of the matter. Go to the root. They fear and they're trying to fit in with America. Because if that wasn't the case, Black people know that they're being oppressed by this man. Ain't no doubt in their minds. You cannot tell me. You remember the money that that Biden give Black people?
Come on.
What money you give Black people?
The stimulus.
Yeah. How much was the stimulus with?
1,300. 14. What was it, like 14? 1,400. What was that? We had kids, it was more.
Right, but I'll talk about overall. You know the bill?
Wow.
The overall, see if you can look it up. Right? Now,
49.
do you think they could have give you everybody 10,000?
Come on, easily.
Do you think they could have give you $1 million? Do you think they could have give you $1 million?
Slakia, sir, it was a COVID stimulus update. Biden signs 1.9 trillion relief bill.
1.9 trillion relief bill, right?
It said clearing the way for stimulus checks and vaccines. This was last year. This is when they sent it, the 2020, 2022, 21.
Right. That's in the trillions, right? 1.9 trillion.
Yes, sir.
How much money they give to Ukraine thus far?
Over 100 billion.
Right? And they're still making what? They're still making jets. Right? How much them fighter jet cost? Look up the price of a fighter jet.
Come on, sir. The price of a fighter jet is the basic F-20 RS 93 or fighter jet, 124 million per jet.
124 million per jet, right? Did they stop making these jets? Can anybody stand up against America Air Force? But why are they making jets? Why are they still making them? So now you tell me if they couldn't give everybody $1 million in America, they could more than do it. They could more than do it. But guess what? Why they won't do it?
Salaki, sir. Salaki, sir. They won't do that because it's like the general said in this class last week. Like, for the rich to enjoy their riches, somebody got to be poor.
That's it.
If everybody got $1 million, $1 million ain't worth what it once was. If everybody can go to the Swiss Alps for vacation, then Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton ain't gonna want to go to the Swiss Alps with us. So it loses value.
That's it. You understand?
That's Salakia.
Go ahead.
The rich wouldn't have a Merry Christmas if there was no poor.
That's it. You understand? Like what you are saying, that's it in a nutshell. You understand? And of course, they want you to do what? What did Egypt want you to do?
Slug it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Worship their gods.
That too.
Sing. Oh,
but okay. Remember when Moses went to Pharaoh first, right? What did Pharaoh tell him?
oh, Sluggy. Yeah, go and come back. Well, he told him no. He told him why you need to go worship your gods.
All right. And what did Pharaoh did after?
Increased their Salaki, sir. He increased their what you call it? Their workload, sir.
Their labor, yes.
Come.
Your oppressor wants you to what? Work hard.
Come. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yes. Now, if you don't work hard, guess what? The rich can't enjoy the Christmas. They can't enjoy the New Year's. He just wants to see us suffer. That's all. Because if he could still be making fighter jets when there's no other military that could come close to him, just imagine this. He is sending military hardware to Ukraine to fight Russia. You telling me there's somebody that could come close to him? No.
Right.
But it will be easier for them to go to Congress and ask for more military money than to go ask for what? Money for black people. They go to ask for money for black people. Guess what? There's a whole argument, a whole debate going to be like, hold up, we're going to have to check our fiscal spending. But when it comes to military or anything other than you, black man, they somehow finding money. Somehow. It's like a poor man walk up to you and ask you, hey, do you have $1? No. As soon as he reach you the car, dip in the back pocket and pull out a waddle of money.
Salagi, sir. What's so heavy about what you're saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians been, saying that we need funding and all this and that, to provide for ourselves. And they go and give Africa $55 billion. Talking about slavery.
Yep. You're right. So that ain't the problem. And now the Lord was telling us if we do what now? If we obey him, we wouldn't have to worry. We wouldn't have to go beg him for anything. We don't need his money. We don't need anything from the so-called oppressor. You understand? That's why we say inside here what? Brotherhood is a what? Weapon. You understand? You pour, I pour. You ain't eat, I ain't eating. You understand? We eat together. Or we don't eat.
Kind of one.
You understand? All right.
Salaki. What you bringing out heavy? If our people just understood what you just said, Akon understand that about his African people. Yeah. You know what I mean? The Chinese understand that about Chinese people, which is why you don't see no niggas working in a Chinese restaurant.
That's right. No, why you have to bring up Akon now? You'll make me flip.
We're gonna be here at 12 o'clock at night talking about Akon, sir.
Jeez, you're gonna make me flip my table, Shabayala. Mother say, come time it down right here, right now. Time my hands, somebody. Jeez, yes, that filthy African. You understand? But the Lord gonna deal with all of that though. Now, before I let you all out, right? You all have any questions? Anybody online any questions? If not, you know what I mean?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I got a question. The book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 24.
Go ahead.
Oh, let me get there real quick. Salaki, sir. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 24. But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I will put upon you none other burden.
Let me get you. Hold on. Revelation 1?
That's 2 and 24, sir.
All right, and what's the question you had on that?
I just need a general breakdown.
2 and 24. Hold on. I'm gonna get this for you next class, right?
Karaman, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to what's his name? Bankel is the security. So I'll pass the class over to priest and officer Bankel. All right, for the announcements.
Men of Israel, let's render one courtesy salute to Captain Arthak. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathah,
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathah,
Yadamatah, Sar. Men of Israel, let's render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shema Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yadamatah. All right, Yeshua means to be seated. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it.
Go ahead.
After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, it's pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund is a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation, we have the Feast of Purim, the 14th and 15th day of the 12th month of Adar, Sunday, March the 5th, and Monday, March the 6th of this year, 2023, according to the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.